and David and Chris and Dee and Sandy and John and Ron and Russ. Russ, thank you. That was wonderful.
Yes.
That was just wonderful.
Fabulous.
Oh,
Best music department ever.
best music department ever. And what an appropriate song for our center, because that is what we do. Thank you. Deep breath, treatment for freedom. Together, I speak my word for myself, my center, and all its members and friends. I know love as the only reality. I am created out of love. Love is what I am. I know this love as absolute freedom in every area of my life, the life of my center, and all who call it home. I know our center's mortgages are paid in full, and I claim for all of us financial freedom with all debts paid and cleared. I release any sense of struggle or wrongdoing. I live in an abundant universe where there is more than enough for all. We experience freedom in every moment by always having more than enough money, vibrant health, and loving relationships. We are who we have come here to be. With hearts open wide, we see the world through the eyes of love. We are blessed, we are rich, and we are free. And so it is. And the points of power. I went back to the song. And we use our points of power. I always pay attention. I always tell the truth and tell it quickly. I always ask for what I want when I want it. I always take total responsibility for my experience. I always keep my agreements. And so it is. Yes, yes. Wow, what a great day.
Best day ever.
Best day ever. We are in the midst of high holy days, and the energy that goes with that is profound. Today is Christmas. Yesterday was the beginning of Hanukkah, and tomorrow starts Kwanzaa. Wednesday was the solstice. And it's a time when people all around the world are looking at themselves and finding that which is greater than they ever thought it was. When people are looking to the light and connecting with others. The solstice, just to do it. You know, Jesus wasn't born on December 25th.
Yeah.
That when the time came for the census to be made was the summer. So Jesus was actually born, they think, in August. But the solstice was at the end of December. And so this was the way to have the pagans who were dancing around the fire saying, yay, the nighttime is going to get shorter and the days longer and we're returning to the sun and look at the astrological signs. They said, no, you're not pagans, you're Christians, because this is the birth of Jesus. And they all said, great, whatever, you know. But it doesn't really matter when that happened and if it happened. Some people say that the story of Jesus is a compilation of 12 different saviors that are put together to make that story. But it doesn't matter what happened or when it happened or how it happened. What came from that is this sense that we are moving into a connectedness with spirit. There was great debate as to whether or not Jesus was born as quote unquote, the Son of God, or whether or not it happened when John the Baptist baptized him and the heavens opened and the dove descended and the voice came out that said, this is my child in whom this is my son in whom I'm greatly pleased, or whatever it said. Because it's important that if Jesus was born the Christ, then that may have been the one and only. But if the human being became the Christ, then that means that that's open for all of us. And that's where it gets really important to us. Because if Jesus is the great exception, then all we can do is sit back and watch some guy up far away that came with different abilities and different connections and different mojo than we had, and we can never be that. But if in Science of Mind, as we say, Jesus was the great example, then that awakening of the Christ consciousness is able to be had for all of us. And so we tend toward the latter, that says we are all individualizations of the divine, manifest in form on planet Earth as us. And not only is the ability to become the Christ within all of us, but that we already are that Christ being. Perhaps it's better to say it's within all of us to open to the awareness of the consciousness and the connection and the essence of being that we already are. And that's a process, I'll grant you that. Every time we have an opportunity to do what Jesus said, which is these things and greater you shall do also. Don't worship me from afar. Go out and heal the sick and raise the dead. And my favorite, pull the gold coin out of the fish's mouth. Go out there and do these things. Every time we have an opportunity to do that and we do it, we open up more and more to experiencing that level of enlightenment or Christ consciousness. I forgot one more holy day. In the beginning of the month, I think it was December 10th, was the Bodhi Day, the day that celebrated Buddha's enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. And that too opens up the idea that Siddhartha was just your normal average prince, just dealing with the anxieties of princedom and living and trying to get away from his father and all that stuff. And through intense spiritual discipline, he became the enlightened one, the Buddha. And so in these holy days, I want to acknowledge the part of us, and look at you, you're here on Christmas morning. I want to acknowledge the part of us that knows we are supposed to be holy, that knows that we are spiritual beings, that there's a reality going on far beyond whatever these chairs and roof and beautiful labyrinth on the floor, that there is a reality to life that goes beyond all of that. And there's something within us that longs for that. And so we get up early and we meditate, and we do gratitude sheets, and we do our forgiveness work, and we use the tools that we have to try to let go of those baser energies, those energies of fear and anger and victimization and upset, and we move into a greater reality that says, hey, we're all in this together. We are all in this together. You are another myself, the Mayan statement of In Lakim, In Lakesh. That idea that says we can have our lives the way we want it if we put ourselves in alignment with who we want to be, then life has to manifest that. I think every time we take the high road, we bring in more of that Christ energy. I think every time we let someone off the hook, we bring more of the light in and more of the love as we open to that. And there's something so familiar with it. When you're in a wonderful meditation and you feel that love, sometimes it feels like a caress. Sometimes it pours all over us. Sometimes it comes from the depths of us and comes out. Have you felt that? When you feel that, it is so familiar. It is like, this is what life is supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be grappling with the world of effects and struggling and being frustrated. I am supposed to be in that energy that I and the Father are one. That Spirit as me is me now. I am supposed to be that. And so in these holy days, I think we strive for that. We reach for it. Hanukkah is all about the affirmation of abundance. That the oil burned, but did not burn up. When they didn't have enough oil to sanctify the temple for 7 days. And yet the oil lasted. It's a story that says you will always have enough. You will always have enough. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You will always have enough. That the physical laws of science don't determine what our lives are. That's why we walk on fire. What are we, nuts? 7 days from now, at 4 o'clock, we're going to go out there and take about half a cord of cherry wood, build it into a fire, pour an accelerant on it, and turn it into a giant blaze. And then most of the people will go back inside and process. And those of us out by the fire will make sure it's burned and ready for people to rake it out and walk on it. It's 1,200 degrees. They melt your engine block for your car at that temperature. And yet, 50, 100 people will walk across those coals and be perfectly safe. The other people will watch and have their own transformation. You don't have to walk to get transformed. But we do that to show ourselves that we are not bound by who we think we are, that there is a higher reality to us, that there is something that lifts us over the issues of life and carries us safely to the other side. And that's not something that we have to barter with or try to get or make a deal. That is something that we came as. We came as the Christ. We came as the Blessed One. We came as the Holy One. You are the Christ. You are the Buddha. You are all of the sages and saints throughout the eons. You are everyone that has ever healed anyone. Everyone that has ever lifted anyone. Everyone that has ever reached out and awakened someone or quickened them to a greater reality than they had before. That's who we are. That's why we are here. We have come to bring in the light. We are beings of light. We are holy. And in these holy days, I figure they've given me my birthday. Happy birthday, Barbara. Merry Christmas. Happy Enlightenment Day, Barbara. Yay. Happy Kwanzaa, Barbara. I'm celebrating my heritage. Happy Hanukkah, where for 7 days we are reminded that we always have enough. This is what's going on. And right now there's an energy with the solstice and the shifting back to the sun. There is that which compels us to let go of the idea of darkness and turn to the light within us. Right now there is that which carries us forth. And that is the only truth of us, and you know it. You know it. You've always known it. Anytime we had problems that seemed too big for us, there was always something that said, this isn't right. This is not the way it's supposed to be. Anytime the pain seemed too much to bear, there was always that within us that knew that there was supposed to be something different. And so we move forward every day, every way, opening up, giving a little bit more, doing our meditation, our spiritual practice, remembering that no matter what the outer looks like, there is a presence and a power within us that is greater than everything that ever has been, greater than everything that ever will be, that we have within us the ability to heal the sick. We've done it in this room. We have the ability to raise the dead. Some people came in here pretty much on death's doorstep. We have the ability to lift humanity. into a higher state of consciousness. And so on this Christmas day, go ahead and take it as your own. This is your birthday. This is your celebration. They've got trees up for you. They're singing songs for you. Because if Jesus is just a guy that came in with something that nobody else will ever have, then what's the point? If Buddha did something that no one else could do, then what hope is there for us? I'm not someone who's going to sit by and hope that someone else can come in my life and save me. I'm going to save myself. And frankly, we're not lost. We're doing fine. We are right where we need to be on planet Earth. We are blessed beyond our wildest dreams. We are God made manifest as us. We are spirit let loose on planet Earth. We are beings of love. We are beings of light. We have the power to do whatever it is we choose to do. Because the truth is that each one of us is the Christ. And so it is.
Work it, Sam. It's got the baby rocking back. So do we have anyone who's here with us for the very first time this morning? Yeah. Anyone want to fess up? You just want to say hi. Hi. Are you guys here for the first time? Thank you for being with us on Christmas Day. We're delighted that you're here. Margaret's going to give you a little card if you want to let us know some information about it. We'll tell you about stuff that happens here without inundating you with information. But we're really happy that you came to be with us today. And we also have a gift for you out of our Welcome Center. Margaret, someone will certainly make sure that you get that. So thank you for being with us. Let's have our prosperity acceptors come forward. And this being the last opportunity to support the center in Mass, anybody's welcome to bring money by anytime they want. Or if you'd like to use our donation station that's right over in our other room, you're welcome to do that at any moment. But I have these gifts, and if you have a gift today, hold it in your hands if you would. I'm going to hold these close to my heart. And know with me that in this moment and in this place, God shows up as us. With all of our gifts, all of our abilities, all of our talents, and with the money that we choose to share. Knowing that all of these things are the presence of the divine, we simply let that divine presence show up in its perfect way. Being in the flow of spirit, loving life, and doing our part to create heaven on earth. We know that these things are so. And together we repeat our relatively new investment affirmation. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses the world. And so it is. Everybody in the band touch the basket and bless it, put in whatever their gifts are, and then they're going to play a song with us. Blessings are flowing. And I hold these gifts, these wonderful gifts. They're so much more than money. The money's important, and the money helps pay the bills, takes care of our keeping our obligations and responsibilities, but there's something much greater here. There's a sense of connection, a sense of commitment, a sense of support, a sense of oneness, that we all do this good thing of supporting our spiritual community and sharing it with the world. And that's exactly what we do. So thank you for the way you have, in 2016, supported this community so elegantly and beautifully and generously. And the way we'll keep doing it in the new year. It's a good thing. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. And so it is.